Hey guys, it's Tanya, VSG Tanya 2011, and I look horrible. I just had a shower and no makeup, whatever. So, anyway, I wanted to do a video because I didn't get to do one yesterday to talk about my um pre-op or not pre-op, what you call it? My consultation with the plastic surgeon for my abdominoplasty. So, I really like this doctor. Her name is Summer Black. I think her name is actually Eileen Summer Black, but she goes by Summer. And she's actually in a practice with her dad, Elliot Black. And they've done the plastic surgery for two of my friends here locally, and good results. And so that's who I'm going to go with. I am waiting for the estimate to come back, so I don't know exactly how much it's going to cost yet, but um, and insurance is not going to pay for it. I do have money set aside for this. I had gotten a small inheritance when my grandfather passed, and so that's what I'm using to pay for my plastics. So just to kind of get that out of the way, I'm not doing the whole insurance route, so I really can't answer questions about meeting the qualifications for insurance. Okay, so the actual consultation. So I got there early Monday morning, and she, said we kind of just went through briefly my medical history, that I have had two pregnancies. My largest baby was 8 pounds, 6 ounces, which she said was a pretty big baby. And she said, like, the muscles that go straight up and down with pregnancy, that's what gets stretched out. And you can do sit-ups and to try and firm it up. But she said it'll never be really as tight as it was if you had never had children. Um, she asked me what my highest weight was, which when I started this journey, my highest weight was 273. But actually in 2003, before I got pregnant for William and had lost a bunch of weight, I was in the 290s. So that was actually my heaviest weight ever. Um, so basically, like about 130 pounds less than I was, back in 2003, so 10 years ago. So, of course, that contributes to your skin, skin issues being stretched out. And, I have a lot of stretch marks on my stomach because I carried most of my weight in my stomach when I was at my heaviest. And then plus that with the pregnancies contribute to that. Um, I'll tell you one thing I noticed with her and with the two plastic surgeons that I had the consults with in Vegas. Um, they are not super gentle when they are messing with your skin because, she said, go ahead and, let's see what we're working with. So I pulled my underwear and all down, and they grab that skin and they pull and they lift and they tug and and it's not super pleasant, I have to say. Um, uh, so I talked to her about the stomach, and of course that's my most important thing, but I also talked to her about my inner thighs, and I talked to her about my underarms. Um, for right now, we're just going with the abdominoplasty, and we talked about with the thighs. My thighs are actually fine until like mid-thigh and up, and then on the inside of my thighs, it's extreme loose skin and extremely wrinkly. But it doesn't bother me as much as what my stomach does, and because I don't really have to do anything to hide that. I wear longer shorts normally, and like I told my husband, it's not like I'm 20, 25 years old and I have the desire to wear, short shorts. That doesn't really match my lifestyle anyway. I'm happy with wearing longer shorts. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. So my inner thighs don't bother me quite as much. And it's not like I'm walking around in a bathing suit all the time. So, but she did show me that with the abdominoplasty, you naturally get a lift on the thigh just from the skin being pulled up from like your nether regions. So, and she said that she could do liposuction to the inner thigh just to get rid of some of the loose jiggly stuff that's in there. But she said, quite honestly, if you do lipo, you're going to end up with more shrinkles from pulling out the fat that's in there. She said you'll look better in your clothes, but you'll have more wrinkles from it. And so I talked to my friend about it, that she did have the liposuction done, and she said if she had it to do over again, she probably wouldn't get the liposuction on the inner thighs. So I'm probably not going to do that, since it's not something that really bothers me to get liposuction. If I was going to do anything, I'd just have a full thigh lift and get the skin removed completely. But I don't think that's, that's not a major importance to me right now. That would probably be third on my list. Um, Second on my list would be my underarms, because I have very loose skin under my arms. And she did look at that a lot, and she said there is some, we could do something with that. Um, but she knew I was really mainly focused on the stomach, so I don't even think she's going to give me an estimate on that right now, because she doesn't believe in being under anesthesia for a very long period of time, so she doesn't do multiple procedures at the same time. It's just too risky with anesthesia. And I like that approach, that safety approach, because that, it scares me. Those long, long surgeries. And nothing against anybody who's had a very long surgery. Um, it just scares me. So, um, what she did say about my stomach is that I have so much loose skin on my stomach, that a regular tummy tuck would not work for me. I would really need to have the like inverted T or Fleur de lis surgery, where I look like I got my nightshirt on now, but this is not a great shirt to wear. But she would cut not from like the breastbone up here, but like somewhere maybe an inch or two above my belly button, and it would be like cut out like this, and then take off all the skin at the bottom, pull this together, and then pull it all down, and that's how she would do the tummy tuck. She said that if she didn't do the scar up the middle, that I really wouldn't get the results that I would want just from pulling it down, because I'd still have loose skin, because I have so much loose skin. Because I have like two pockets of loose skin on like my upper midriff, and then I have the big apron underneath. So, and that's something that neither Dr. Katzen or I can't think of the other plastic surgeon in Vegas had even suggested. But maybe it's because they were more focused on doing a lower body lift, and I'm not planning on doing a lower body lift. And she didn't suggest that. She was strictly looking at the stomach. Um, and I told her my main goal with getting the surgery is to not have to wear shapewear. If I wore the same size that I wear now, and look the way I look with my shapewear on without having to wear shapewear, that's my main goal. Because I'm happy with the size that I am. I'm happy with the clothes that I have and how I look and feel in them. I wear shapewear almost every day of my life that goes like from my boobs down, like a brief, like a high-waisted brief. And she said, yeah, I would achieve that. And like my apron, with my underwear that I sleep in, my panties, I have to wear like basically grandma underwear, because otherwise my apron stomach hangs out the bottom of it. And so she said, yeah, that this will definitely get rid of that completely. So she said she thought I had realistic goals and expectations. I told her that I realize I have lots of stretch marks. They're not going to magically disappear. They're just going to shift to a new place on my body. And she said that's exactly right. And so she thought I had realistic expectations of what my results were going to be. I realized that I'm not going to look like a supermodel. She didn't know if I would be concerned about having the scar straight up and down the middle of my stomach, since it's something that I don't have now. But I talked to my husband about it, and it's not like I was doing this in hopes of wearing a bikini someday. Um, that's not really why I'm doing this. I'm really doing this to get that extra loose hanging skin off my stomach, feel better when I exercise, feel better in my clothes, and not have to wear shapewear. I've had the apron stomach since before I had kids, actually. So having kids only made it worse, and then losing all this weight made it worse too. I mean, it actually looks very similar to what it did before I lost the weight. It's just a deflated version of it. So I'm trying to think. She said that she'd probably do a little bit of liposuction in the midriff area that was left over. I guess I don't know if she'd do it before she closed it back up or what. I wasn't. I guess that's one of the things that I need to ask. She said for recovery time that she'll probably do the surgery on a Thursday, and she said honestly, being that I'm an accountant and I just am sitting at the desk, that I could have surgery on Thursday, take off the whole next week, and go back to work on that Monday. So like a week and a half later. She said, and actually, once I'm off pain meds, I could do work from home on a laptop. And that's what Dr. Katzen, I think, had told me that too, or in Vegas. So that's good. What I'm thinking about, I'm probably going to do is try and schedule it 2 Thursdays before Thanksgiving. I'm planning on being off the week of Thanksgiving with my kids anyway, and that would give me like 2.5 weeks before I have to go back to work. She said, if I had a more physical job, then she would say I definitely have to take at least 2 weeks. But since my job is a desk job, that the weekend. Sorry, I got cut off. I'm on my husband's phone, and he ran out of storage, so I just had to delete a couple of things. So I was just wrapping up. So yeah, I'd have the 2.5 weeks to recover, and that would, I think, just give me a little bit more time to rest and heal. The other thing I was going to say that was interesting that she did talk about too was when I was showing her my underarm skin that's really loose, and she was kind of looking at that. I had to take my bra off, and when she saw my breast, she said, "Oh, your breast really came through this well." So that kind of reaffirmed that, I went from a size, I think, a 44 double D is what I was at my largest, and now I'm a 36 B. Like I'd say like a full B. I can't pull off a C, but I'm like almost oozing out of a B. So, but while my boobs aren't full and, like perky and all, but, well, I shouldn't say. They don't look south, they look straight ahead, and I think they're fine. And being that I've had double D's before, it's so much easier to exercise with full B's, and I can still look good with a push-up bra. So I'm not really worried about the girls. They're fine. I have no aspirations of ever getting implants. I'm fine with the way they look. So, and it was kind of reassuring to have a plastic surgeon that, she could try and sell me implants if she wanted to, but have her say that my breasts, came through surgery very well. So that made me feel good. Maybe down the road I will do something with the underarm skin. She said they could improve that area. Again, it wouldn't be perfection, but it would be an improvement. But for right now, I'm just sticking with the abdominoplasty. So that's it. That's my plastics consultation summary. I guess I probably won't go back to her to see her until pre-op. I'm assuming the next step is to get the estimate to see exactly how much it's going to be. I have kind of a ballpark idea. She said it will be more than what it was for my friends that had it because I have the anchor or inverted T. It's more a bigger incision. It's a little bit more extensive work. So we'll see when we get the estimate, and then when I do get to a point where I definitely schedule the surgery, I will certainly let everybody know. All right. Thanks, guys. Y'all have a great day. Bye.